I bet he doesn't do that to John Humphreys. Really? This is John Prescott's documentary on class, yeah? Prescott recently promoted his autobiography on the QE2. He was actually on the QE2 for two reasons. One, to try and sell his book, and two, ballast. Which means, at the end of this round, it's Ian and Vince with 3, and Paul and Chris with 3.
Ooh, very good. Very good.
Round 3 is the connections round. What do these 3 have in common? Nicolas Sarkozy, Sarah Palin, and Adolf Hitler. Yes?
Sarah Palin, she was in the news recently. She's been impersonated on American television. Adolf Hitler, he was impersonated by Charlie Chaplin in a film called The Great Dictator, and of course has been impersonated since. And the President of France, wasn't there something about a voodoo doll recently that he wasn't very happy about? So the connection is they've all been impersonated or by objects or by other people.
It's dolls, though, isn't it? They've all got dolls.
Adolf Hitler doll?
There's Adolf the doll, big hit in Austria.
Really?
No, I've made that up.
Oh. You're quite right, actually. They've all been immortalised as dolls. Oh. Sarah Palin action figures went on sale last month, soon after she was chosen as John McCain's running mate. There's the Tomb Raider Palin, ideal for visiting John McCain next year.
Well, this is quite a good moment for Ian, because he fancies her. Have you got one of these? Have you got one of these dolls yet, Ian?
No, but I'm getting one.
Yeah.
And for some reason, the slutty schoolgirl. Oh!
I wanted to meet you so much when I was a kid. So much! And now look at it.
You're so let down.
My dreams are shattered.
One Sarah Palin fan told the Boston Herald, "She's hot. She's put the hot in hot." Yes, but she's also put the alas in Alaska. Meanwhile, John McCain was at a rally this week and decided to introduce Joe the plumber to the crowds. Here he is.
Joe's with us today. Joe, where are you? Where is Joe? Is Joe here with us today? Joe, I thought you were here today. All right. Well, you're all Joe the plumber, so all of you stand up and say, "I thank you."
I know what it's like, though. What? I think the plumber's coming round.
Adolf Hitler was recently recreated in doll form by the founder of a well-known London knitting circle. What did the designer call her woolen creation?
Adolf Nittler.
Adolf Hitler? Oh.
Yeah.
Look. What? Someone's put some mascara on a cashew nut.
Why is he wearing a lime green wrap?
And there's also the Dalek doll. The knitting, it goes knit 8, pearl 8, exterminate. Oh, well.
To be fair, there aren't many knitting Dalek jokes around. You have to... There are the jokes, but that's the best one, to be honest.
I crochet.
Oh.
There's two.
Two.
The French President, Nicolas Sarkozy, has been immortalised as a doll, though it's a voodoo doll. Oh, look, they've managed to make him life-size, Paul.
Pre-pinned for the lazy voodoo practitioner.
Or magnetic pins. If it's a metal thing, don't have to do anything. Yeah. Just introduce the pins to the doll over a distance of 12 feet.
But wouldn't that reduce the pleasure?
I've been a fool. I completely withdraw my remarks.
So how has the French president reacted?
He sued at it.
It's not just his image, is it? It's also the bloke off the toilet doors whose image has been nicked. I'm furious. I'm absolutely furious about the whole thing, and so is my wife.
You can also get a Tom Baker doll. On sale for $12.99. Or just 3 Venusian quarks. Look, interchangeable heads. And if you don't like your Tom Baker doll, just wait until it turns into a Sylvester McCoy doll. Then you'll really hate it.
You don't think of the doctors as bitching about each other's generation, really, do you?
Time now for the missing words round, which this week...
Does it have to be so far away?
I don't see very well these days, you know.
Don't you?
No.
Did you mention that before the auto cue came out?
And yet, oddly enough, you know, Vince, as my sight diminishes,
Yeah.
I get on much better with people.
Do you?
Now that I can't see them.
And partly because they're not there.
As a matter of fact, I've just started a fling with my wife.
Have you? If she finds out, she'll be furious.
Time now for the missing words round, which this week features as its guest publication, Sheep. And we start with, I've given up what, said the Dalai Lama.
Sex?
Did you say fags?
Free Tibet!
Giving up hope, is it? Giving up hope for Tibet?
Yes, I think you're right, yeah.
A pope for Tibet. No.
Given up hope! Fish fingers on Friday.
Did he say fish fingers on Friday? I don't like fish. Can we have crumble? Can we have apple crumble?
OK, the answer is he's given up on China. Yeah. The Dalai Lama says he stopped trying to persuade China to give greater rights to Tibet. According to The Independent on Sunday, shortly before the Olympics, Tibet saw the worst violence in 20 years. But wasn't the beach volleyball super? All those jaunty buttocks.
I used to go to school with a bloke called Jaunty Buttocks. He was from Newcastle. Jaunty Buttocks.
Next, what can be easily recognised by the long neck, jug head and big ears?
Noddy's close friends. The Shropshire sheep.
Ah!
You always sound as though you're related to them. It's a breed of sheep.
Right?
Are we going to go through them all?
No! I'll tell you, it's a blue-faced Leicester.
A blue.
I was at school with a boy called Blueface.
Yeah. He had breathing difficulties,
Yeah,
didn't
that's
he?
the one, yeah. Yeah.
Next, Visiting Aliens Handbook, Rule 1. What?
Be careful of Tom Baker. Don't say, take me to your leader to a Lib Dem.
Very simple, no stopping.
What on earth at all?
No, they do, well, they just get off as fast as they can.
Do they?
Well, they do, yes. According to the Sunday Times, the latest UFO files have been released by the government. Well, I say released. They were left on the 927 from Waterloo. Next, salty muffins. What?
Salty muffins, warm heart.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's about eating coffee and muffins.
You can't eat coffee. Can you?
Yeah.
Are things that bad? Are we now that bad that coffee's become a solid?
Yeah. Since we started this recording, money's been abolished.
Is it?
It's a barter system out there.
Well, I can't understand it. I've got a note here, but it's got Russell Brand's face on it. I mean, what's going on?
The answer?
It's bad for you. It's a third of your daily intake of salt you have if you have a coffee and a muffin.
That's a lot to fit into that space.
The answer is alert. Yes.
Any particular reason why they were alert?
Yes? I'll tell you now.
Oh, OK.
This is a report from a salt awareness group. Warning, breakfast muffins are much saltier than some fried breakfasts. And they advise people might be better off choosing a low-salt option from a greasy spoon. Oh, that'll be the pepper. Next, having read and reread Sheep from cover to cover, I have now decided what?
In Reread Sheet from cover to cover, I've now decided I'm not bothering with your publication anymore. I realise I've wasted my life. I've spent 15 years living in this bedsit here in Walthamstow, getting your magazine once a month, thinking that one day it's going to be good. I turn to the centrefold, it's the same old sheep. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give up that subscription now, and I'm going to go to Cows Weekly.
The answer is, I thoroughly enjoyed it. Bah. Next, the world's worst boxer.
Is it knock self out?
Comes last at Crufts.
The answer is, throws in the towel.
Oh, well done, yeah, frozen toe, yeah, very good.
This is Peter Buckley, who is finally retiring after losing a record 256 fights. And finally, what? A common cause of variable crimp.
Crimp. Yeah, so variable crimp. It's when your crimp suddenly goes a bit variable, you know. Like that. Walking down the street like this and suddenly think, hello, there's my crimp gone, my crimp's gone. It's got a bit variable. And if it happens in a sheep, they hate it because they can't understand. They haven't got brains like us.
Well, no, the answer is parasites.
Bad day.
Yeah. So, the final scores are Ian and Vince have 4, and Paul and Chris have 5.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But before we go, there's just time for the caption competition.
Mrs. Ramesses denies long wait in accident and emergency.
You're not my mummy.
Is it Burns night?
And I leave you with the news that in a galaxy far, far away, Darth Vader advises the rest of the Federation to give it 10 minutes. At London Fashion Week, Naomi Campbell's new PA discovers what happens if you put the wrong flowers in her dressing room. And as he attempts to escape the media frenzy, Russell Brand relaxes on a beach in Mexico. Good night.
Well, late news just in. Top Gear's back on BBC Two tomorrow night, and Michael Parkinson's hitting the racetrack at 8. Next, Pacino after De Niro, the ultimate police manhunt in Heat.
What went right?
It all went right.
Just raise your weight just a little.
What are you going to do? What are you going to do?
Oh, come on, that's how you got the job in the first place.
I must say, he's got a nice light touch.
Yeah.